Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on this and give everyone a bit of an update for today. Right now it's about 3:30 or so in the afternoon. All morning I've been occupied. My sister was here. She came to visit me. She was here throughout the whole morning and early afternoon. And I have been dealing with the doctors, the nurses, and everything like that. So I guess today is just more of a random day where I just want to talk about random things on here that I've been experiencing in my journey with cancer that I might have not yet shared. But I'm going to just start off with on the updates for today. So basically, what the doctors are saying, because I have mentioned to you guys that I was supposed to start radiation this week, but because now I'm admitted to the hospital, um, they don't. That's been postponed, so I have to wait now, and they can't give me a definite date because I don't really have a definite date of when I'm coming out of here. But from what the doctors are saying, it looks as if I will be out of the hospital this week. Um, so the doctors have said that they've ordered an MRI for my whole entire back. Apparently, this should have been done prior to like this prior to radiation or once I met the radiation doctor because they were only going to do radiation on my lower spine area and the right side of my lower back. Those were the spots they were going to target for radiation. But when they did that MRI, they only did half of my spine, which was strange, and that's what the doctor was talking to me about today. He said why wouldn't they have ordered your whole entire spine and back? Because then they can get the whole picture and actually see, if the whole back needs to be with radiation. Like, he's like, it's just kind of weird. So anyway, it's a good thing where he noticed that, and so he ordered an MRI, and he said that he doesn't know how long it's going to take until I'm able to do it, but hopefully he's thinking by tomorrow I'm going to have an answer with an appointment date. And he said if the appointment date is for this week, then I might as well just stay in the hospital for the rest of the week or until the date this week, whether it's, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. But if the appointment date goes beyond Friday, if it's like for Monday and beyond that, he said then obviously, this week I'll be able to go home and I'll just have to come back to the hospital to do the MRI, which is totally fine because I don't want to be here at all. But at the same time, I just want things to get resolved. Like maybe I did rush leaving last week because I was sick of being here for, like almost like over 2 weeks, close to 3 weeks, like I was just sick of it. But again, anyway, I was released, so I'm not going to keep thinking about it. But it just makes me think because today is, like I told you guys yesterday, today's my son's graduation, and I will miss that, which is a big milestone to miss because, he was really looking forward on me to being there, and I wanted to be there. But anyway, at this point, there's nothing I can do. I'm stuck here. And I'm gonna ask my cousin to see if she's able to film it, which shouldn't be a problem. And anyway, yeah, so that was the update from the doctor. Another update he did give was about different options of medication. So I'm currently on hydromorphine, like I told you guys. I get 18, I get 3 times a day, 18 milligrams, which is long acting. And in between there, I can take 3 to 4 tablets every 3 to 4 hours that are 1 milligram. I have tried Prior. I have tried about, I'd say a month or so ago. The doctors wanted me to try, I think it's called a CAB. A CAB. It's some sort of device, right? Where it's an injectable device. So it's something that you carry around with you in a little pouch. And there's it's like it's injected in you, and it's hydromorphine, but it's where you get the contents right away. So it's like the same thing like when you're in the hospital where they put the IV. It's the same sort of idea where you get more content and at a faster rate. So if you're in an intense amount of pain, you can just press a button and it's connected to your arm and it injects you, right? So you keep getting that amount, but it gets capped at a certain amount, but it's a very high amount. So, there's pros and cons to that. But anyway, about a month ago, one of my doctors, she mentioned, she was talking about it, and she said, look, she said, you might want to consider this as an option because we can always increase the amount in this device. So you're not stuck at a certain amount orally, taking those pills orally. Because orally, it's like they only go up to at least here in Canada, they only go up to, they only want, I should say, to go up to a certain amount, giving you it orally, because obviously they don't want you to overdose. But gradually too, they can increase your amounts if they want to, but it takes time to get higher and higher, right? Because they don't want to overdose you. So anyway, when they spoke about this CAB, I don't know the actual name. I think it is called CAB device. I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. Just so they can't say, this was an option that you never considered. So I tried it. They came over to, it's fairly quick, very, very quick. I went to my doctor, I signed a paper, and I think it was by the next day. There was a nurse that came in and she installed it. It took 5 minutes. It's just like the same thing as an IV. They put an IV on you, they connect the device, and that's it. And they set the amount on there. And if you need anything extra, you can keep pressing it and it'll keep giving you a little bit more at a time, but they cap an amount at the same time, So I want to talk about more so like the pros and the cons to this. So the pros are, yes, you can get a dosage amount on this. And I'm speaking just on my own opinion. Another good thing about that is, okay, well, really, honestly, in my own opinion, I didn't like it. The only good thing about this thing is that you can really get more narcotics, more of the drug out of the thing than anything. I didn't like it. It's not for me. I find that device is for people that are more so bedridden, because this device interfered with me more than anything. I only had it for 2 days and I got rid of it. Like, I had enough of it. It's stuck on you, so you have to carry a pouch around with you everywhere you go. The device itself is like the size of just a little bit bigger than a cell phone, but it's like a brick, so it's heavier than a cell phone, and it's in a pouch. So, and it has wires connected to it. So, when you want to go take a shower, you can't just pull it off of you. You have to wait. A nurse comes to see you every single day. And that's when they just come, they make sure that the device is like working. There's no blockage on it, 'cause sometimes it could get a blockage, they said. That sort of thing. And you have to charge the thing every single night too. And you have to carry it with you everywhere you go, to take a shower. It has a long wire, but you have to like extend the wire. And no, it's not supposed to catch water. It's not 100% waterproof. They say it's okay if like a bit of water, splashes on it, but it's not waterproof. You have to sleep with it, like hooked onto you. And yeah, like, I mean, from my experience with this, I've had more negative things to say than positive. If I was someone, again, who wasn't able to walk, or I was like stuck in bed, then I would consider it as an option. But other than that, I mean, there's other routes that I could go. Like, if my medication is not working for me, there's so many different types of medications out there that I can try, that the doctors can change for me. And at this point, I'm not really looking for any other medication, because this medication seems to be working for me, except for this minor hiccup that happened right now with my knees. That was uncalled for, and they believe that is from the bone injection that I got. I've had 3 doctors already mention this to me today. All 3 of them have said that they believe it's from the bone injection, and they will find out. They're just waiting on further testing to see 100% if that's what it is, but they all sort of suspect it's from the bone injection. But we'll see. I will know hopefully in the next couple of days, like before they discharge me, they will have that definite answer. So another thing is too, the doctor, he upped the dose on my steroid medication. And he did that because he said that when they increase the dose on your steroid medication, that also helps with any sort of inflammation that you might have. But again, that's not something that they want to do for long term. So he mentioned to me, he said, yeah, they increased the dose. The Emerge doctor increased the dose on that steroid medication. But before I leave from here, they will decrease it again. So I was a bit scared. I'm like, well, what happens if I go home and then, like 2 days later, my knees start to hurt again? So he did mention, he said, there's other options we can do where he can prescribe me some methadone. He said that way, that might help instead of the hydromorphine, because we already know that obviously the hydromorphine, it does not help with if I get that sort of pain, or if I get some sort of new pain for that matter, because that was a new pain and I could get something new. And I don't think that that's going to help. I don't know if maybe I'm becoming immune to it, or if the hydromorphine only helps with certain areas of cancer. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm just thinking out loud. But anyway, so that's an update that I have from the doctor. So by tomorrow, I'll have another update as to when my appointment might be, when I'm going to be released from here, that sort of thing. Another thing I wanted to say that's random is, I don't know if anyone else has experienced this or not, but I find that since I've been diagnosed with cancer, um, I find that the dairy products do not digest well with me. Any dairy products anything that has like just, my regular coffee, anything that has dairy, period, it causes phlegm. I cannot digest it. You can hear it because I'm not sick and I have tons of phlegm that's being built up here in my chest. This is all from dairy because um, I shouldn't, but I really overindulge on a lot of dairy stuff, like even like porridge for that matter, porridge or, those drinks, coffee, chocolate milk, like I overindulge in dairy. I do, which I shouldn't. I should be really watching my diet. But honestly, when you're in this sort of state of mind where you just, like you're sick and that, at least for me, I can speak for me for that matter. I just don't care. I just want to be satisfied. I just want to eat what I feel like eating, ice cream, whatever it is, and not care, But I find, yeah, that the dairy products I cannot digest anymore, and it's causing me a lot of phlegm. That will be something I will look into, or at least cut down on. I will be in the very near future, in the next, I'd say next month or so, because the phlegm is bothering me to the point where, like right now, you can't hear it, but if I were to cough, I would hear tons of phlegm that's coming from my chest. And that's from the dairy. I know it's from the dairy. Another random thing too I notice is with whole wheat bread. I can't digest that anymore. The whole wheat bread gets stuck in my throat. I start to cough and choke. Is with whole wheat bread. What else can I think of? Yeah, the cane situation. You guys know that I walk around with a cane. I wanted to show you, my stomach because now I have a mirror that's okay, let me show you. I want to just show you my stomach here in the mirror. See, oh, I don't think I could flip the screen. Can I? Oh, okay, maybe I can't, but let's see if okay, there, let's do that. So now you can actually see how big my stomach is. So you can get a picture. It's like I'm having triplets. So you can see, and I was never an overweight person. I wasn't skinny, super skinny. I was average, but this is a big thing that I'm dealing with. See, my face is really swollen still. But I was never really overweight to begin with. So this is a big change that I'm going through. I'm going to plug my phone in. It's a big change that I'm going through. Physically and mentally. Yeah, I find that I find today is a better day. I know it's my son's graduation. I'm going to feel like really crappy soon when I know it's actually on. That's when I'm going to feel it, is when I look at the time and I know, he's walking in and I'm not there. But I'm trying not to think about that. And, I know I'm stuck. There's nothing I could do. I can't just leave here and go there. And, it is what it is. So I'm trying my hardest not to think about that. But other than that, this day has been fairly a good day for me. I've been, I haven't been thinking too much or overthinking too much. Mentally, I've been okay so far. I know the breakdown's coming very soon. It's almost 4 o'clock now. So, his graduation starts at 6 o'clock. So in a little bit, I'll be feeling it. But that's about it. I mean, I don't have too much more updates for today. What else could I say? Oh, I have a puppy too. I didn't tell you guys I have a puppy. She's around 5 months old. 5 to 6 months already. Around 5 months old. She's very cute. I named her Faith. She's very, very cute. She's a dachshund. But she's my little girl. She's a girl. She's my little girl, Faith, and she helps me a lot mentally too. The dog, and I miss her too. I mean, I miss my kids. She's like a kid to me too. And as soon as whenever I'm stuck in the hospital and I'm gone for a bit, she usually comes to visit me when I'm here for long. But this time, I don't think I'm going to be here long. The doctor told me, he said, even like, let's say by tomorrow, once I get the appointment date, he said, if it's not for this week, he's like, there's no point in you staying here. He said, even if it's for Friday, he's like, if you don't want to stay until Friday, he's like, I have no reason to hold you here if you're not in pain. He's like, at this time, my pain level's fine. Like, it's being managed like how it normally is when I'm at home. My spine is hurting a bit. It is. The bed's up. I could never be with the bed down. But my spine is starting to hurt, but it is time already for my medication. At least for my 4 milligrams, it's time. But yeah, anyway, I'll give you guys, I'm a bit out of breath today. I've noticed that. I think it's because I went downstairs with my sister. We just went down and we got something to eat, but I walked a little bit because the doctor told me to walk. He said, you have you have someone here with you. Take advantage of that and just walk a little bit more today to see how your knees are going to react, to see if maybe later tonight it triggers it to start hurting again. So that's what I did. So I was like walking more than I normally do. But even at home too, like every single day, like I'm not laying in bed all day. I can't. I won't. Every single day I go for a walk in the morning and sometimes at night, but I go for a walk around the block with the dog. And sometimes my kids come with me depending on the time. Now the last day of school is on Thursday. So there's only a few more days left of school. I keep seeing there's something here in my eye that was shining. The last day of school is on Thursday. And we're planning on going. We want to go up to the cottage. We have a cottage. We want to go up there with the kids, me, my mom, and a few other people. We want to all get together and go up there a couple of times. But the only thing is, it's me. That's the only problem, because if this happens, like this knee situation, for instance, if this happened while we were up there at the cottage, the hospital is like just it's like almost an hour drive away. So it's a bit of a risk to take, which we will take sometime this summer. But at this point, not yet. It's not safe to do so yet because like I said, I haven't even had radiation done yet. And now that's another thing. It's like, it's all up in the air as to when I'm going to do it. Another thing is the cards, the tarot cards. Like, I'd like to do it again. I find that I've become more in tune spiritually. Have I read cards still? Yeah, I still continue to read cards, like all my family members, that sort of thing. But when I do it like publicly, like on my page, I haven't been doing it much because I really need that quiet space when I do it. And especially now, like with my kids, like it's almost the end of the school year and they don't go every single day. Like they go here and there, the smaller ones anyway, because it's only like a few days left. And I'm like, I've been sick in and out of the hospital. So there's been days where they haven't gone. And that's the thing too. It's like in and out of the hospital. So I haven't really had that safe place to really sit down where it's quiet, where I can concentrate and just read. But I like to start it again because I feel a lot more in tune than ever before for some reason. And I've heard that before too. I've heard other people say that, when you become like sick, you become more in touch with your like spirit guides, with people that have crossed over, that sort of thing. And I find that I am a lot more in tune with that sort of stuff. And that's it. So anyway, I'm going to hop off this for a little bit, just give you guys a bit of an update. And maybe I'll hop on later on. We'll see. Anyway, see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoy your day. And don't stress too much. Enjoy, your day. Enjoy things while they last. All right, guys. See you.